Goodwill has been classified into two parts. Treatment of goodwill. Firstly, it could be self-valued goodwill or the purchased goodwill, right? Purchased goodwill or the self-valued goodwill. So goodwill has been broadly classified as the self-valued and the purchased goodwill. So when it comes to the purchased goodwill, I've already told you that in order to the treatment of purchased goodwill will be done by passing the right of entry. We need to write off the purchased goodwill, and that will be done by passing this journal entry. What do? We just debit the partner's capital account, old partner's capital account, to the goodwill, to the amount of goodwill. But in case of self-valued goodwill, if you are able to recall, we used to pass the adjustment entry. Yeah, we used to pass the adjustment entries. And in case of to pass the adjustment entry, what do? We basically debit the gaining partner's capital account, right? Gaining partner's capital account will be debited to the sacrificing partner's capital account. Everybody, are you able to recall this concept?
Yes, sir.
Alexander? Yeah. Okay, so we used to do this, but in case of the admission of partner, we won't be, this time we won't be passing the adjustment entry. In case of the admission of partner, what happens? See, the treatment of the purchase goodwill will be exactly same as we used to do under the reconstitution of the partnership in any other case. But when it comes to the self-valued goodwill, whenever a new partner is admitted to the partnership, he will be asked to contribute certain amount towards the self-valued goodwill. So that means in case of admission, whenever a new partner is getting admitted, whenever a new partner is getting admitted to the partnership, he will have to bring premium for goodwill. He will have to contribute some cash. He will have to contribute some amount towards the premium for goodwill. And that premium for goodwill will be for the self-valued goodwill part, not for the purchase goodwill. So it is believed that since the old partners are carrying on the business and they have built up the name, they build the name and reputation of the business, and since the new partner is joining in after the formation of the after the formation of the partnership, after the formation of the business, and successfully carrying out the business, and before joining in, business already have a reputation and name in the market, and the benefit of this will also be availed by the new partner. So old partners requires new partner to contribute some amount by way of premium for goodwill. So the thing is that whenever new partners enter the partnership, he will have to bring some amount, he will have to contribute some amount for the self-valued goodwill that we call premium for goodwill. He will have to bring some premium for goodwill, and since he is joining, because he is joining, somebody have to sacrifice, somebody will be sacrificing his share in the partnership. So the premium for goodwill that new partner will bring in will be distributed, it will be distributed among those partners who are actually sacrificing because of admission of such new partner. So the premium for goodwill that is brought in by the new partner, is distributed among the old partners. Or in fact, instead of calling it the old partners, we should in fact say the sacrificing partner. The partners who are actually sacrificing such goodwill, the premium for goodwill will be credited to those partners' capital account. So see, whenever a person get admitted to the partnership, there are few journal entries that needed to be passed. Let me tell you. First of all, the first journal entry will be regarding the capital that he will bring into the partnership. Whenever a new person is getting admitted to the partnership, new partner is entering the partnership, he will have to bring his share of capital. So when new partner bring new partner bring his share of capital, we need to pass a general entry at that point of time. And also when he will bring when new partner bring premium for goodwill, at that time also we need to pass the general entry, premium for goodwill. So in both the situation we need to pass the journal entry, whether he is bringing in capital or whether he is bringing in premium for goodwill. In both the situation we need to pass the general entry. When it comes to the share capital, we will be passing the general entry like this. First of all, since he is bringing in the capital, either he will be bringing the capital by way of cash or bank. So the general entry will be cash account debit, or sometime he will contribute by through bank. So in that at that time we will debit the bank account debit, or cash account debit to partners capital account, new partners capital account. This will be the general entry when new partner is being admitted and bringing in cash or bank by way of he's bringing in cash or bank as his share of capital into the business. And when he will bring premium for goodwill, at that time we will pass the general entry like this. First of all, we'll write down, see, when it comes to the premium for goodwill, premium for goodwill will also be contributed by way of bank or through cash. So we'll write down the same entry, bank account debit or cash account debit, but this time not the partner's capital account, but the premium for goodwill account, premium for goodwill account, premium for goodwill account. All right, is that clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now pay attention, try to understand. See, as I told you that the premium for goodwill which a new partner bring into the business, such premium for goodwill need to be distributed among the partners, among the sacrificing partner, because new partner, when a new person is getting admitted to the partnership, obviously there will be some person who must be sacrificing. There must be some sacrifice being made by some old partners. So the whatever the premium that a new person is bringing in, such premium for goodwill is distributed among those sacrificing partners. And the journal entry for that purpose will be premium for goodwill account debit, premium for goodwill account debit to obviously the sacrificing partner. Let's suppose there are two sacrificing partners, so we'll write down X capital account debit to Y's capital account. Sorry, X capital account and Y's capital account credited. So this will be the journal entry when a new partner is getting admitted to the. Firstly, the first journal entry will be for the capital, and second entry will be for premium for goodwill. Premium, and when it comes to premium for goodwill, we need to pass two general entries. Firstly, for bringing the premium for goodwill, and secondly, for distributing such premium for goodwill among the partners. I hope this point is clear to all of you. Let's move to the PowerPoint, and I want all of you to note these points. Just a minute. Yeah. See, treatment of goodwill in case of admission of partner, we can classify the treatment of goodwill into two parts. It is when it is the purchase goodwill, the treatment will be same as we used to do in case of the reconstitution. We need to pass the right of entry, and that will be old partner's capital account to goodwill account. But if it is the self-generated goodwill, then the new partner need to bring some premium for goodwill that need to be distributed among the sacrificing partner, and the general entry for the same will be firstly for bringing in capital the general entry will be cash account debit to new partner's capital account. And when it comes to the premium for Goodwill, the general entry will be cash account debit to premium for Goodwill, and premium for Goodwill account to sacrificing partner. I hope these points are clear, everyone.
Yes, sir. Clear.
All right, please note this down. Let me know as soon as you are done, and then we'll move to the questions. Done, everyone. Shall we move to the next slide?
Done, sir.
All right. Shall we move to the next slide, everyone? Ayan, Eba.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please note this down quickly. Done, everyone.
Done, sir.
Done. Okay. All right, everyone. So we'll understand more about the treatment of goodwill through this question. We are starting with question number 104. So this question is saying that A and B are partners sharing profit and losses in the ratio of 2:5. They admitted C on the condition that he will bring 14,000 as his share of goodwill to be distributed between A and B. C's share in the future profit and loss will be 1/4. What will be the new profit sharing ratio, and what amount of goodwill will be brought in by C? All right. So basically, question is saying that there are two partners A and B, and they are admitting C as new partner, who will be bringing 14,000 as his share of goodwill. So he is bringing 14,000 as premium for goodwill. That is what it means. Then question also tells us about the C's share in the profit of the firm. That will be 1/4. And question is asking us to calculate the new profit sharing ratio, and also the amount of goodwill that will be brought in by C that will be received by A and B. Okay. So first of all, we need to find out the new profit sharing ratio, and then accordingly, then we will also have to determine the sacrificing ratio of A and B, and then accordingly distribute the premium for goodwill among A and B. So to show all these, we need to pass the general entries. Okay. So to show the distribution of premium for goodwill among A and B, we need to pass the general entry. And one more thing that we will be required to do is to show the calculation of the new profit sharing ratio. So I hope the question is clear to everyone now. Shall we start with the solution, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So solution to question number 104. All right. So first of all, we'll start with the calculation of remaining shares. Since C's share is 1/4 in the total profit, so remaining share of the firm, remaining shares of firm equals to 1/4. Sorry, 1 minus 1/4. So that means 3/4 share will be left after the admission of the partner C. All right, and this need to be distributed among all the old partners. And since in what ratio this should be distributed, that is not given in the question, so we will simply distribute it in the old ratio. So new profit sharing ratio of partners. New profit sharing ratio will be, we'll start with partner A, B, and C. So remaining share is how much? Remaining share is 3/4, and A's old ratio is what? Old ratio of A is 2/7, right? So this will be given 3 out of 3/4. A will be taking 2/7, and out of 3/4, which is the remaining share, 5/7 will be taken over by B, 5/7, and then C share will be 1/4. Okay, now let's find out the A's new share, that will be 3 into 2, that is 6. 7 4s are 28. 5 3s are 15 and 7 4s are 28. And C share will be 1 upon 4. So the new profit sharing ratio will be, to find out the new profit sharing ratio, we need to equalize the bases, right? And for that purpose, we can simply multiply the numerator and the denominator by 7. In case of C, we will get 28 as the base value. So the final ratio will be 6 by 28, 15 by 28, and 7 by 28. Right, everyone? This is the new profit sharing ratio, that is 6 is to 5 is to 7. That is what the that is the first question asked. This is the first part of the question, new profit sharing ratio. Question also tells ask us to calculate the goodwill that will be distributed between A and B, and for that purpose we will have to first of all find out the sacrificing ratio of A and B. But before going forward, just wanted to know if all these points are clear to everyone. Everything that I did, the calculation of new profit sharing ratio is clear, everyone. Mariam, Heba, Ayan, Alexander, Khushi.
Yes, sir.
Everyone
Yes,
else,
sir.
please confirm. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So now, since we need to show the distribution of premium for goodwill among the partner, for that purpose, we will have to first of all determine the sacrificing ratio of A and B. So the sacrificing ratio of partner. To find out the sacrificing ratio of partner, what we will do, we will simply apply this formula. As we already, if you are able to recall, we did this in the previous classes as well, wherein sacrificing ratio is calculated by subtracting the old ratio out of the new ratio. So new shares of partner minus the old share of partner. All right. So in case of A and B, we need to determine the sacrificing ratio. So the new, we need to have the information about the new share. So new share of partner A is already calculated, that is 6 by 28. In case of B, it is 15 by 28. So new ratio is 6 by 28 and 15.28. And their old ratio is also already given, 2 by 7 and 5 upon 7. That means the sacrificing ratio, so the sacrificing share of A will be calculated by subtracting 2 by 7 out of 6 by 28. So to do that, we can take the LCM as 28. Then 6 minus 28 divided by 7 will be 4. 4 into 2, 8. So the sacrificing share of A is minus 2 by 28. Since A is having the negative balance, that means A is sacrificing. Sacrificing minus 2 by 8. Then in case of B, it will be 28, 15 minus 10. That means my just a minute. 20 it will be, na? 20. So that is minus 5 upon 28. That means B is also having a negative balance. That means B will also be sacrificing. So their sacrificing ratio is how much? 2 by 7. Their sacrificing ratio is 2 by 7. Now since we got their sacrificing ratios, that is 2 by 7, now we can pass the general entry. So we'll write down passing general entry. General entry. However, this question, did not require us to pass the general entry. We are just doing it just to understand how do we actually pass the general entry for bringing the premium for goodwill. Otherwise, this question does not require us to pass the general entry. Anyway, so general entry for premium for goodwill. General entry will be, first of all, the first general entry will be passed for bringing in the premium for goodwill. That will be cash account debit to, tell me, to premium for goodwill account. Premium for goodwill account. All right, and the amount of goodwill was 14,000. All right, so 14,000, and we can also write down the narration being premium for goodwill brought by C. Now we need to pass one more general entry, that is for the distribution of premium for goodwill among the sacrificing partner, and that the general entry will be premium for goodwill account debit this time. Premium for goodwill account debit, right, to sacrificing partner. Who are sacrificing partner? A is sacrificing, so we'll write down A's capital account. A's capital account to B is also sacrificing, so B's capital account, right? And the amount is 14,000. That will be distributed between A and B. So 14,000 out of 14,000, A will be acquiring 2 by 7. Their sacrificing ratio is 2 is to 5 now. That means 2 by 7. So 2 by 7 basically means 4,000. And the remaining will be taken over by B, that will be 5 by 7. So when you will calculate it, you will get 10,000. All right. So this will be the general entry for distributing the premium for goodwill among the sacrificing partner. So we should also write down the relation as being goodwill distributed between sacrificing partners. In their sacrificing ratio. All right, I hope this is clear to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Alexander and Hiba, Mariam, Hoshi, Ayan. Is it clear, everyone? Anybody having any doubt?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, in the question it said his share of capital. So does that mean premium for goodwill, or is there another meaning?
His share of goodwill. His share,
No,
no.
His
Question
share
was his share of goodwill. It was saying, na. See.
Oh, okay.
So we treated it as the goodwill only. In case of capital, the treatment will be different. In case of capital, the general entry will be very simple. That will be cash account debit to C's capital account. That is it.
Okay, sir. So share of goodwill means premium for goodwill.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Share of goodwill basically. For whenever it is used in context of the new partner, you will always presume that new partner is bringing in. If he's contributing goodwill, that means he's bringing in premium for goodwill. If he's a new partner and he's bringing some cash or contributing anything by way of goodwill in the name of goodwill, that is considered as the premium for goodwill whenever it is in context of the new partner. Hope it is clear to you.
Okay, sir. Understood.
All right. So anybody want to write this down? But anybody want me to scroll up or down? Please let me know. Otherwise, we'll move to the next question.
Done, sir.
Done? Everybody done?
Done, sir.
Done. Okay. All right. So let's move to the next question. We'll do one more similar question. Moving on to question number 105. A and B are partners sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 3:2. Right. And a new partner C is admitted. A gives 1/5 and B gives 2/5 share of his share in the favor of C. For the purpose of C's admission, the goodwill of the firm is valued. Now see, this time the goodwill it is not given in the question that C is bringing certain amount. It is written that the goodwill of the firm is valued at 75,000. Since the goodwill of the firm is valued, that means it is the self-valued goodwill of the firm. And C will be bringing goodwill in cash, but the amount of cash that he will bring in by way of premium for goodwill, it is not given this time in the question. So what we need to do, we will have to first of all determine the C's share in the business. We will have to first of all determine the C's share in profit, and and depending on his share, we will have to find out the proportion of goodwill that he will have to bring in. Let's suppose for the time being that, let's suppose the C's share of profit is 3/4, for example. So that means the total amount of goodwill is 75,000 now. C will have to contribute 3/4 of the 75,000 by way of premium for goodwill. So to determine the premium for goodwill, to determine the amount of premium for goodwill, we will have to first of all determine the share of C for which he is being admitted to the partnership. All right, so C's share is not directly given in the question. So first of all, we will have to determine that. All right, and we need to journalize the above transaction. Okay, so question is not asking for the calculation of the new profit sharing ratio. We don't have to find out the new profit sharing ratio. We just have to determine C's share, and depending on C's share, we will have to find out the amount that he will have to contribute by way of premium for goodwill, and accordingly we will have to pass the general entry. I hope the question is clear, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Alexander, Hiba, Mariam, Ayan, Hoshi. Is question clear to everyone? I
Yes.
want all of you to try this question. I'm giving you 5 minutes. Solve this question. Please let me know how much amount will be credited to the credited among the partners, credited but to the A's capital account and the B's capital account. Done, everyone? Done, all of you? Why no one is responding? Everybody, are you able to solve this question or not? Please confirm so that I can solve it for you. If anybody having any problem solving it, please let me know.
No, sir, I'm not able to solve the question.
All right. Anyone else having the same problem? Hiba, Mariam, Khushi, Ayan, all of you are trying now.
I'm trying to solve.
Sir, I'm trying to.
All right. Done, everyone. No answer.
Sir, can you show the solution of this?
I'm waiting for the answers from the student. Just wait. I will wait for 1 more minute. Otherwise, I'll show you the solution of the question.
Sir, yesterday one message came, the class is postponed to Friday, 6 p.m.
Yeah, there was some network issue from my side. My internet was down because of some reason. So because of that, I need to postpone the class on Friday. So yesterday's class will be, I'll be taking the class on Friday. So that we have rescheduled the class on Friday.
Okay.
All right, everyone. So anyone other than Alexander, as Alexander said, he's not able to solve the question. Anyone got the answer? Mariam, you are still doing it? Ayan, Khushi, Hiba.
Sir, I'm not able to do it.
Okay, no problem. See, this is how we will be solving it. First of all, in this question, we will have to determine C's share in profit. Like in this time, the question is not making it clear that how much proportion of share C is actually being admitted into the partnership. So the question is only saying that when C comes into the partnership, A will be giving 1/5 and B will be giving 2/5 of his share. All right, so we will have to determine C's share in the profit. All right, so for that purpose, what I have done, I have just calculated C share by adding the A sacrifice and B sacrifice. So C's total share will be equal to A, whatever the A have sacrificed in the favor of C, and whatever the B have sacrificed in the favor of C. So A's total sacrifice is 1/5 of his share, right? So his share is what? So the old ratio between A and B is 3:2. That is already given in the question. If the old ratio of the partner is 3:2, that means the A's share must be 3/5. Is that correct? Tell me. A's
Yes, sir.
sacrifice. So if it is the old ratio of A, and how much he's promising that he will be giving in the favor of C, he will be giving 1/6 in favor of C. So that means 3/5 into 1/5. By doing that, we will be able to find out A sacrifice, yes or no? That will be 3/25. Is that correct, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Similarly, B is also saying that B will be sacrificing 2/5 of his share. So tell me how much is the current share of B? It is 2/5, and he will be contributing, he will be sacrificing 2/5 in the favor of C as well. So by calculating it, we will get 4/25. So B's total sacrifice is 4/25, A's total sacrifice is 3/25. That means if they are sacrificing 3/25, 4/25, that means C's total share will be 7/25. Is that correct? 3 by
Yes, sir.
25, 4/25. The total share for which C is being admitted to the partnership is 7/25. And through this calculation, you will also be able to understand the sacrificing ratio of A and B. So here you can also write down sacrificing ratio. Sacrificing ratio of A and B. Basically mean 3:4. Is that correct, everyone? Got it? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Now, since we got the C's total share, now we will be able to find out C's share in the goodwill of the firm. So the total goodwill of the firm is valued at how much? Total value of the goodwill of the firm is 75,000. And out of this, in the total amount of 75,000, he will be contributing his share. So that means he will be contributing 75,000 into 7/25, and by multiplying 75,000 into 7/25, you will get 21,000. Got this? Is this clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Is this calculation clear? So we are able to understand the calculation of the C's share in the goodwill. So he will have to bring in premium for goodwill for 25,000, right? And the same amount will be distributed among the sacrificing partner in their the same amount will be distributed among the sacrificing partner. Now we can simply pass the general entry. For the first general entry for bringing the premium for goodwill, that is 21,000 account cash account debit to premium for goodwill account 21,000. Is this point clear?
Yes, sir.
And then once the general entry for bringing in the goodwill is done, then we need to pass the general entry for distributing the premium for goodwill among the partner. And the general entry for that purpose will be 20 premium for goodwill account debit to A's capital account to B's capital account, and the same amount, this amount will be distributed among the partners in their sacrificing ratio. So we already calculated sacrificing ratio through the above calculation. See, 3/4 was the sacrificing ratio. That means we will be distributing the 21,000 in the ratio 21,000 in the ratio 3:4. That means 3/7 and 4/7 for A and B respectively. I hope this point is clear, everyone. The general entry must be clear.
Yes, sir.
Everyone, is this clear, all of you? Hiba, Mariam.